The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now.
Gods almighty. Another second under that sun, and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you would be so kind.
Excellent timing, Paper Shan. It just so happens the adventurer who'll be handling your petition is here.
So this winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvellous, marvellous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, milady. I am Paper Shan, formerly of the Sultan's Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid.
Mayhap you'd like to apprise K'nekotein of her mission?
Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amajina Sons mineral concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the K'nekotein Khpein, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site.
It's no wonder they are angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago?
You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the K'nekotein Khpein to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the K'nekotein Khpein, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowest levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock.
Well, now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething.
Indeed. And that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great. And so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best.
In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in Western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear?
And one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amajina Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Macer, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel.
Looking for Painted Macer. You found him. So you are the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You have got guts, miss. I just hope you have got skills to go with, 'cause things ain't pretty down there. The K'nekotein Khpein left the place in a right state, and now a week after mining, resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the second Ul'dah dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right. Groin. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue the nation's glorious recovery grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nations resting on you, friend. Best of luck.
Beasts, demons, garleans, it's a pain in the bloody ass whatever it is. How's a man supposed to feed himself?
Well, it is what it is. But even if there's no work to be had here, there's always a place for a man with a strong back who knows how to swing a pickaxe.
We found Dolaraus Bear and his entire party dead. The giants were thorough in their work. Judging by their tracks, it would seem they tried to rush a horde of the creatures. I cannot say for sure what drove an experienced crew like theirs to throw caution to the wind, but I do have my suspicions. We are all our own worst critics, and our desire to better past achievements can rob us of good sense. Thus do we become more given to recklessness. While it is important to have goals, one must not fixate upon them to the exclusion of all else. Do so, and one will surely pay the price, as Dolaraus Bear and his comrades did this day.
I have been an adventurer for long years, and borne witness to many a pivotal moment in history. Though the times may have changed, the essence of our trade has not. Adventuring has ever been a quest for self-betterment through challenges freely faced, and ever shall it remain so. As an adventurer becomes more experienced, he will naturally acquire a love of justice, and an understanding of the spirit of self-sacrifice. Such experience cannot be measured in any tangible way, yet it most assuredly shapes who we are, grounded as it is in the decisions we have made on our journey, and their consequences, good or ill. I sense a light within you, young one, and it tells me that you are destined for greatness.
There's been an incident inside Copperbell mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the K'nekotein. I didn't think that Papashan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can, and enter at will. Good luck in there, adventurer. We stone torches will continue our vigil here, lest the foe slip by you.
It's so cool and damp. You would never guess this mine is in country. Make ready, everyone.
No fire sand. Perhaps there's more in the other room.
Fire, earth, scorch. By the 12, what is that? Lightning, earth, strike.
Slaves no more. Free. Free.
Mastrologinios must pay. Mastrologinios must die. Never again. Never.
Copperbell mines were first opened by royal decree during the Thorn dynasty, over 300 years ago. However, due to the Great Giant Revolt, the mines were sealed and abandoned for centuries. The concern purchased the mines from the royal family 20 years ago, but saw no need to resume operations until recently. Demand for ore rose sharply in the wake of the Calamity, and only fools would let developed mines go to waste, or so they thought. Should have left it all buried and forgotten, if you ask me.
The concern decides who may pass.
The conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece.
No.
Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me, don't even think to deny it.
Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with me own coin.
What rot? You refugees are all the same, couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time, give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know, help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime.
But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 as me witness. Please, adventurer. Help me, I beg o' ye. I swear on me mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal.
And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master. I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot, teach them a lesson.
Get him.
Gahaha, this'll learn ye.
I'll take care of this. The rest go yet and watch.
Gahaha, this'll learn ye.
Not bad, for an adventurer. I should have stopped at the 7th jail. Stop bloody coughing at me and give me a head. Oh yeah? Bugger, bugger, bugger.
I ain't getting paid enough for this.
Hey. Where the hells do you think you're going?
Thank ye, kind adventurer. Thank ye thrice over.
I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked.
And you wouldn't be mistaken.
But it's been 5 years since the Calamity. Why are they only coming here now?
It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the Calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren, or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city.
I see. But the Calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities?
If the talk is true, yes. though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first.
My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city.
Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help.
The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff.
It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope.
What will become of our city?
Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives.
Dodo tenderloins. Get your dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thanalan. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again.
Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering.
Madam? Are ye all right?
What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd.
Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture.
Who said that? Gah. I will overlook this, but just this once.
Gods bless ye, adventurer. If ye hadn't come along when ye did, who knows what that monster might have done? It don't bear thinking about.
Case closed.
Hello again.
We have been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridornir. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccable, and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers.
But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a gil by doing so.
You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventurer, of this we are convinced.
Even if you were kind of dragged into that business with the dodo meat.
Yes, thank you, Ul'dah. Ahem. And then there is the matter of your gift. I dare say you are curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. Well, we can help you to understand it.
You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her.
And meeting her is only the beginning, for we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the quicksand is a good friend of ours. She will tell you where to find us.
Wait a minute, we haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone. Except for Momodi. She knows already. If I take this opportunity, will I miss out on a better one? It's all so overwhelming. Maybe I should mull it over at the quicksand.
Humph. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though, if you work hard, you'll probably be all right. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the women folk from time to time. Ah, K'nekotein. Sorry to keep you waiting, I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every ilm the adventurer Mayan said you'd be, K'nekotein. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away.
Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Ul'dah. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry. We were in Gridania, when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avr, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded, had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Avr once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. K'nekotein Khpein. I shan't forget. Thank you, K'nekotein Khpein. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well.
Adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot, thought it'd be a right pain in the ass looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, K'nekotein. What did you say? You want to know about the scions of the seventh dawn? They are beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, K'nekotein, the scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can.